So yeah, we're gonna do some flying, and hopefully some landing, and hopefully not crashing, and hopefully the sim works and the frames aren't total crap, and you know, we'll take it one step at a time. I am going to do my best to get us up to Spokane from Portland. I'm sitting here on the ground in my hometown, Portland. It is raining, as you can hear, and that's pretty accurate. I was out driving around today, and it was just dumping. Up at Spokane, currently showing light rain and mist, overcast at about 3,000. So we should be okay to get in. They got ILS up there, no problemo. But you never know, could get interesting as we get along the way. I got the Aerobask Eclipse, the latest patch installed, ready to roll here. I had to install the latest patch because I was told sometime in the last 8 months they patched it so it doesn't use ridiculous amounts of gas. So that's helpful. Last couple times I flew this plane before the patch, I ran out of gas, so that didn't work out too well. Setup seems different. Yeah, I moved the webcam. It's direct on now. It used to be over here, so you get to see my face looking directly at you. It's kind of weird, but we'll deal with it. I'm down to 2 monitors instead of 3, just kind of reorganized a little bit. You know, what happens in 8 months? Things get moved around, and you make different choices. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I don't quite have the monitor space that I'm used to having. Everything's kind of squished together over on my secondary, so we'll see if that has any consequences as the flight goes on. I have filed a flight plan for flight level 270, which seems a little optimistic for this this plane, but we'll see how that gets us. I've not picked up clearance or done anything else, so you're just in time for that part of the show. Assuming we get cleared reasonably according to our flight plan, we're showing a flight time of just under an hour. So it's not too long of a run up to Spokane, up in eastern Washington. All right, let's go. Batteries on and bus ties on and start battery on. Might as well turn the windshield defogger on. We're going to need it eventually anyway. And do let me know on the audio mix as well. I was tweaking things, and I have a couple things up my sleeve to show off here. Hopefully they work and everything functions according to plan. But we'll, as always, give a shout if the mix is a little off. All right, I've not done any programming yet. Let's go ahead and set our altimeter. 2979er. Boink. Okay, 40 feet. Looks about right. We'll get Portland clearance going here in just a sec. Nav lights can come on. Everything else should be fine for now. We'll do engine start in a moment, and it's still got the covers on too. Don't let me forget to pull the covers off, otherwise the plane will not start the engines. My guess is if you tried to start the engines in the real world and the plane and the engine covers were on, extremely bad things would happen. They don't happen in this. It just doesn't work. All right, delivery is 20.125. These taps are awful loud, aren't they? Interface, is that these? If I take this down to half. Nope, that's not it. I wonder what the source of those sounds is. Oh well, we'll figure it out. Oh, I haven't streamed since the new VHF simulation software got put in either. So for those of you that are not PilotEdge aficionados, you haven't heard the new radio simulation stuff that we put in a couple months ago. It's pretty legit.
275, you're leaving I for clearance, request them.
You'll hear the distortion there, and it gets worse the farther you are from the transmitting station, just like the real world.
November 598, Yellowstone altimeter 3002, and you said you wanted the RNAV to runway 19er?
Alright. Just about ready to call up for clearance here.
November 598, cross JIG-V at 15,000, cleared RNAV, runway 19er, approach report JIG-V inbound.
Would not be surprised if we get a departure procedure instead of just going direct battleground.
Phoenix Command Island, UPS 2147 Heavy.
That's
We're on the
Chile.
south cargo ramp, ready to taxi with Foxtrot.
Chili.
UPS 2147 Heavy, Phoenix ground, runway 7 left, taxi via Hotel 1, hold short, runway 7 right at Hotel 1.
Can't wait to hear this read back.
Alright, 7 left via Hotel 1, hold short, 7 right at Hotel 1, UPS 2147 Heavy.
That wasn't too bad. Portland Delivery, good evening. .com 345, looking for clearance up to Spokane.
.com 345, Portland clearance, I'm going to have full route advisory, copy.
Ready to copy. .com 345. Full route. Oop, oop.
.com 345, cleared to Spokane via the Lava 6 departure, Lava transition. Direct PAPS, that's Papa Alpha, Papa Papa, Sierra. Direct to Zoomer for the Zoomer 1 arrival.
Yes.
Climb and maintain 7,000. Expect flight level 27010 minutes after departure. Squawk 7151.
Alright, .com 345, cleared Lava 6 departure, Lava transition. Direct PAPS, direct Zoomer, Zoomer 1 arrival. We'll climb to 7, and 7151 is the squawk for .com 345.
.com 345, rear back correct.
Alrighty.
Upper Tower, 3 Victor Tango. We're clear of 1-4.
7151.
I'd like to taxi to the general aviation parking off of Charlie.
Start squawking that.
3 Victor Tango, thank you. Join Alpha to the ramp and monitor ground. We'll see you.
I do not.
Alpha and monitor ground, and just for your reference, mins were about 400 feet of AGF.
I'm going to turn
Sounds 40.
them down a little bit.
It's a lot of fun.
All right, I've got a Skyhawk with with slant alpha trying to go direct for an IFR clearance. Is that 5-3 Lima? Is that you?
Now, there's nothing wrong with going IFR slant alpha. I do it all the time.
Okay, that's right. That was my next question. You want to go Papa Lima uniform to Olympia to Papa
All right.
Whiskey Tango, correct?
Let's get our route put in here. Boy, my frames are not liking the streaming. I'm going to have to redo my settings for streaming friendliness. Lava 6. I do not currently have the thing set up to show charts. Sorry about that.
November 2753 Lima is cleared to the Bremerton Airport via direct Olympia, direct. Climb and maintain 4,000.
All right, so off the
And squawk
10s.
2311, hold for release.
We go to... Where does it go? Oh, I see. Actually, we should check and make sure the 10s are active. Let's look at the ATIS for Portland.
Departure frequency is going to be 120.4.
Oh, 2.8s are in use. Okay, good thing. Got
Salt
that
Lake
checked.
City ground, Delta
Completely different set of
425,
fixes.
Requesting taxi, we're at holding point 6.
All right, we're going to go.
November 53 Lima,
Peg.
reback is correct. Hold for release, advise number 1, holding short, ready for departure.
Peg T. Kelly. Is that right? Yeah. K-E-L.
November 53 Lima, release for departure.
Y.
Time now 0302 and 1/2. Clearance void is not off by 0305.
And
Advise this frequency
Alright.
deleted 0308 of intentions. Change to advisory frequency is approved.
Then Lava with
Delta
2
425,
A's.
Salt Lake ground, runway 34 right, taxi via hotel.
Then Paps.
34 right via hotel, Delta 425.
Yes, Papa. Too many papas. There we go. And Zoomer.
Phoenix Tower, UPS 2147 Heavy, we're holding short.
Well, that'll get us for now. We'll
Right
do the
at
rest.
Hotel 1.
Do the rest later.
UPS 2147 Heavy, Phoenix Tower cross, runway 7 right
Alright.
at hotel, runway 7 left, clear for takeoff.
Source
Wind
off the GPS.
300 at 5.
Roger, cross 7 right, hotel, 7 left, clear for takeoff, EPS 2147 Heavy.
Somebody else unanswered?
We are parked at the General Aviation ramp at Portland. Get my airport diagram going. I gotta fix it so you can see the charts. Otherwise, this part on the ground not so interesting, I'm afraid. Sorry about that. All right. Ground power still on. Let's go ahead and pull the chocks, which should also pull the engine covers. Yup. Good.
I'll give you the instruction to cross the jig fee at 15,000. That will be your instruction. Cross at 15,000 because of the MVA of it.
All right. Go beacon. Put the gens to auto. Start the right engine. Hopefully it starts. Or not. Let's see. Start batteries on, ground power's on. Good start here. Give it a little throttle. Lights are fine and shouldn't need ice protection. Oh, all right. Went too far the first time to continuous ignition and had to go back and redo it. All right. We're good. We're good. We're good. Everything's fine. So far. I don't have my beer tonight. I just have water. I didn't want to make anything any harder than it had to be. All right. There's right engine coming up. Let me set fuel too. I forgot to do that earlier. Yeah, that's right. It is Atlantic. And brand new, as Rod says. Good to see you, Rod. Yeah, the sign should say Atlantic there instead of Flightcraft. All right. Start the left side. How you doing, Rod? Good to see you.
GPS 2147, heavy connect departure, we'll see you.
How's that icon treating you?
Archer, EPS 2147, and we'll see you.
That's a pretty plane, man. That A5. Parking brake set. Good traffic down there. Guess we can go terrain up here for now.
River 2753, Lima, Seattle, departure right now.
All right, got a good start on both engines. We'll pull the ground power. Windshield defog is on. How cold is it? Is it cold enough to worry about icing? Took it out on Sunday. Sweet, man. That thing is that's a beauty. I'll just put icing on. I don't actually know what the icing procedures are in this plane. Hopefully it will not matter. Flaps to takeoff. Go strobe. Taxi light.
GPS 2147, heavy, Phoenix departure, radar contact, climb and maintain for level 210.
On departure, we're going to fly heading 103. Nope, sorry, not 103. We're going off the 28s. 283. I'm going to go heading. And we'll do alt change when we get up. All right, transponder's on. Lights are on. Engines are good. Flaps are set. Trim is set.
Salt Lake City Tower, Delta 425.
505 Northwind. Right. Good to see you, buddy. Good crowd. I did not know how many people would show up. I would not have been surprised if I had 0 viewers tonight. So it's nice to see everyone. Thanks for coming out.
Number 598.
Haha, Max, buddy. A legend. Yeah.
Sure. I'm sorry. Contact.
How you doing, Max? Good to see you. See if we can get some unsats out here. What do you say, buddy?
Number 598. No traffic.
Jay Krause, good to see you, bud.
Report cancellation of IFR in the air.
This thing takes so much juice to get going.
Change advisory frequencies purpose.
Come on.
Number 53 Lima, radar contact 5 miles north. Pierce County. Verify you're in a turn direct to Olympia now.
Just gonna spin this thing. Yeah, windows are a little dirty. I got the defroster on, but it thinks we're. I'm hoping that's just rain effect and not ice effect. If that's ice, we're off to a bad start here.
Delta 425, Salt Lake Tower, runway 34 right, turn left heading 295, clear for takeoff.
All right.
295 and clear for takeoff.
Yeah, Max.
Delta 425.
How's that video editing going? 21.9. Oh, I should note our departure frequency too. On the lava, it is 124.35. Okay. All right, we got Portland ground on the primary. We'll do 18.7 in the backup for tower. I did not get Active Sky XP. I already bought one weather engine based on promises from its developers that they would add functionality later. In Xenviro, I do not need two. I see nothing in that plugin that I need, frankly. I'm running stock weather in X-Plane 11 and loving it so far. Portland Ground, good evening.com, 345s at Atlantic with whiskey for taxi for departure.
345 Portland Ground, runway 28 right, taxi via Alpha.
28 right via Alpha for .com 345. All right, let's roll it. Gosh, this thing takes juice to get going. Come on, baby. Come on. Yeah, I don't know. I was an Active Sky user in FSX just like everyone else. If they add something to X-Plane to do smooth transitions, I'll be there in a flash, absolutely. But until then, default weather in X-Plane 11 has come a long way. X-Plane 10 was another story, of course, but yes, the covers are off.
25 contact departure.
We would not have started the engines successfully if the covers were on. Don't you worry. Yeah, I get people who are, investing for the future. That's fine. No judgment. But I just don't see the value in it right now. Although I haven't seen, to be fair, I haven't actually looked at it much. I just caught a little bit of Chili's stream.
Tucson clearance delivery turbo
when he was trying to demo it, and I was like, yeah, I don't need any of that.
Traffic advisories to Pegasus Airpark.
Yeah, cheaper now. I get
Delta
it.
425 public departure, altitude living. Delta 425's radar contact.
I just feel like I kind of got burned with that on Xenviro, honestly. So I'm good. I'm gonna chill.
Last aircraft calling Tucson, say again.
All right,
Turbo
so
Commander
on
455 Juliet Charlie looking for traffic advisories VFR to the northwest to Pegasus Park at 6,500 feet.
On departure, we'll go
UPS 21
up to 540, which will take like 2 minutes.
4.32.
2 seconds, I mean. And then we'll turn 268 direct peg T.
November 455 Juliet Charlie Tucson clearance. Departure frequencies
Kelly.
125.1 block 5622.
I'll have to advise we're probably going to be unable to do the 250 knots at
frequency
Aerobask.
125.1
But that's fine.
squawk 5622.
Depends on our altitude.
455.
This thing's not. I don't want to do a climb at
November
250 in this
Juliet,
thing.
read back, correct?
That would be very silly.
UPS 2137 Albuquerque Center climbing main flight level 360.
How's everyone doing? How's everyone been for the last 8 months? Some of you I talk to all the time on Discord or IRC or various other mediums. But there's a lot of folks it's hard to keep in touch with. Yeah. Jay Krause, $80 for Xenviro, and I kind of feel like got screwed on that one. But I don't know. They keep posting screenshots that look good, so maybe something will come of it. Someday. Considering they release it like less often than I do streams. Jazz, buddy, how you doing? Long time no talk, man. How's it going?
Maintain flight level 230. Resume normal speed. Proceed direct scat when able.
Scat. Okay.
Delta 425, climb and maintain follow 230 and resume normal speed.
Chug, 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 chug. Go the frames. I have to throw my settings down quite a bit if I'm going to keep streaming. All right, we'll go over to tower.
Delta 425, just wanted to confirm that you are direct scan now.
Grab departure frequency.
Thank you.
Well, you've solved the so what's sausage? I don't understand what the sausage reference is. I keep seeing you people saying sausage. I don't know what it means. Is it Slay the Spire? What's the deal? I was out of town or something. I don't know. I missed the meme reference on that one. All right. Landing light on. Everything should be good. This plane's pretty simple. Set our cabin air as normal. Oxygen's on. Like to have that. Frog's on. Ice protection's on. That's really about it. Flaps are set. Trim set. Everything's set. This plane's remarkably simple. Steven's Sausage Roll, a very good puzzle game about cooking sausages. Okay, so it's not. It is a reference. What? Rod! Thanks, buddy. Merry Christmas to you, my friend. Very kind. Very, very, very kind. Hit me up next time you're in Portland. I'll buy you a beer for that. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. That is not at all necessary, but is much, much appreciated. And it will not be wasted on weather engines. No. No.
Your intentions for Bremerton.
No problem
Do you have
there.
an approach request or anything like that?
All right, once he finishes up with that plane, we'll get on the go here. Thank you, Rod, man. I really appreciate that. That's very kind of you. Like I said,
We said the Atlas for 30.
hit me up when you're in town. Beer's on me for sure.
Number 53 Lima, expect vectors Atlas runway 20 Bremerton Airport.
Portland Tower, .com 345 is ready for departure, 28 right.
.com 345 Portland Tower, runway 28 right, clear for takeoff, the wind 29008.
29008 and clear for takeoff, 28 right for .com 345. That's weird. Things kind of seized up there for a minute. Yeah, buddy. You got it, Rod. I work downtown, so getting up to the airport is easy peas. And I live on the west side, so if you want to come into Hillsborough or something, no sweat, easy. I'm about 10 minutes from Twin Oaks. That's 7 Sierra 3, which is a sweet little field. Kind of one of the last relics of the privately owned, family-run airfields in really in the country, probably. Alrighty, let's do something we feel extremely underprepared to do and fly a plane. Let's say.
Tucson ground, Turbo Commander 455 Juliet Charlie, with the weather on the north side, ready to taxi VFR.
Woo-hoo.
November 45
Let's go.
Charlie,
Get up.
Tucson ground, runway 11 left, taxi via Alpha.
Wheels in.
11 left via Alpha, 455 Juliet Charlie.
Just a little turbulence out here tonight. Oh man, I forgot to give him the old Cirrus Max patented flight attendant briefing. Flaps come in. Let's go autopilot. Altitude change at 180. And we'll go nav to PEG-T.
November 53 Lima, turn left heading 340.
Oh, your son lives here. That's cool, man. Yeah, it's a sweet town. I love it. You're up at you out of Spokane, Rod? Seem to recall that being the case. All right, on the departure. PEG-T is coming up in just a couple miles here. Establish on the climb. Ah, Spokane. Cool, man. Well, that's where we're headed.
Traffic. Traffic.
Got someone right in front of me.
Delta 425, contact Salt Lake Center 135.77.
They're like right in front of me. We're going to climb over them quick, though, because we're going up so fast. Man, why are we
.com 345, contact departure.
over to departure.com 345. Yeah, that's what we're looking for. Ugly weather. You got it.
Climb. Climb.
I'm working on it. We're good. We're not. It shouldn't be a factor. We're climbing nice and fast here. Portland departure, good evening. .com 345 is on the Lava 6.
.com 345, Portland departure, radar contact. The altimeter is 2984, climate, maintain 15,000.
284 and up to 15,000 for .com 345, and be advised the speed restriction at Aerobask will probably be an issue for us.
Clear of conflict.
.com 345, roger, not a problem.
All right. Oh, you got the Spokane radio stations growing up, really? That's surprising. Honestly. All right, we're in the soup here. Our windshield is cleared. That's good. Looks like we're going to break out here in a second. Boy, we are getting tossed around up here. This little plane. Meth capital of the Northwest. Yeehaw. All right, let's go anti-ice.
Salt Lake City departure, Delta 425. Could you repeat center frequency for me?
Delta 425, Salt Lake Center 135.77, 3577.
Oh, the Fox affiliate. Oh, you're talking TV station. Okay. I was gonna say, I was surprised radio would reach that far, but I know TV they tend to do those repeaters. All right, so direct Kelly, and then we'll make a hard right. Whoops, that's interesting. Mouse wheel on the screen zooms in and out. So direct Kelly, then our Aerobask, which has that 250 knot speed restriction, which I already told him. That ain't happening.
Delta 425, Salt Lake Center, roger, climate, maintain, flight level 320.
The lights back off for landing and taxi.
.com 345, contact Seattle Center 121.4.
Center on 21.4 for .com 345. Boy. Come on, Tim. Come on. There we go. It's things like that give me a mild heart attack when you're in the sim and it just locks like that for multiple seconds. And of course, it only happens when I'm streaming. Never happens any other time. Seattle Center, good evening. .com 345 is on the Lava 6. Climbing out 11,600 for 15. There's another stutter. That's probably going to eat the radio transmission. Oh, come on, Sam. We're running 23 frames, aside from these little pause moments. This makes me hurt. Why? And Center.com 345. Sorry, our stim stuttered for a minute. Can you repeat any transmissions?
.com 345, not a problem, climb, maintain level 230.
230 for .com 345. Oh, interesting. I see what's happening. Interesting. Okay, I'll have to look into that. I wonder why that's only happening when I'm streaming, but now I at least understand. It has to do with my radio filtering thing that I put in, which I hope is working. Do I sound different when I'm on the Freak? When I've got my push to talk down? I hope so. Spent some time setting that up. It's supposed to sound pretty neat. Yeah, my world froze. Please say again. Not really. You might have the, like, my co-pilot said something, or a passenger was screaming. I suppose I could have said that for maximum immersion. I don't know who this controller is. I don't recognize the voice. It seems good, though. There's a lot of new guys in the West that I don't know too well.
Number 53 Lima, thank you.
Baby's born and trained. Yes. Marcus's children could have become controllers since I last streamed. That's fair. That's fair. I'll acknowledge that one. That's good.
So that's 2195 Phoenix clearance.
All right, we stabilized out on our climb a little bit. I'm going to finish
2147 contact Los Angeles Center 124.
programming that arrival, the zoomer.
2462 PS 1147. We'll see you later.
See you. Oh, this is easy.
Salt Lake Center, Delta 425 with a request.
Go ahead.
Would I be able to step away for about 5 mics?
Delta 425 approved. Report back.
After zoomer, it's just...
So this 2195, go to the Oakland Airport Keens to departure, harbor transition, then as filed, climb via the SID, departure frequencies 12, correction 119 or 0.2, squawk 3061.
Then KGEG. Okay. Actually, I'll leave it on flight plan.
So those 2195 read back correct?
Oh no, conceiving. We should not speak of conceiving children during streams. That does not.
.com 345, contact Seattle Center 135.15.
3515 for .com 345. Seattle Center.com 345, flight level 182 for 230.
.com 345, Seattle Center, maintain flight level 270.
270, .com 345. All right, got our climb up to cruise. Got the arrival programmed already.
November 5, Juliet Charlie's radar contact departure.
Altimeter. Latest Spokane weather. Visibilities. Is that the latest? Yeah, 6 miles. Light rain. Mist. Overcast 2,800. Altimeter 2961. Winds 180 at 11, gusting 19. All right. Guessing we'll get ILS 21. Although that's on the northeast side of the field, it makes the most sense with the winds. So we'll probably get vectored around for that. Theoretically know how to fly an ILS approach in this plane.
So 1748 Portland clearance on request.
Operating on a lot of theories tonight, boys. Theoretically, I know what I'm doing. Did I know, Iowa? The partner baby. That's all right. You can start.
455 Juliet Charlie.
You can work on the college fund. How about that?
Ritter. Correction. Roger. The 2 altimeter 3006. Maintain VFR.
Iowa, you've been streaming a decent amount too, man. I've caught your stream for a little bit, here and there on my phone. It's been always awesome to see. Hey, fans in the house.
So the 1740 clear to the San Diego
They're
Airport.
out is lava.
Departure Herman's, then as filed.
Lava and Papa.
Maintain 7,000. Departure frequencies 118.42. Squawk 7362.
Yeah, this plane not the quickest in the climb, doing 320 over the ground right now. It's gonna take us a while to get up to 270, but that's.
So 1748.
That's the plan.
To change for you. Climb maintain 7,000. Expect level 370. So 1948 read back correct.
Good to see you, Fan. Thanks for the unending months of giving me shit for the last, I don't know, year or so for not streaming. I always appreciate that. Your support means everything, as always. Hard to follow a schedule. Well, I wouldn't know anything about that. No, sir. Whoa, what is that? Oh, a Visions emote. I see. Haven't seen that one. how's everyone's day? How's everyone doing?
Salt Lake Center, Delta 425, back with you.
Thank you.
Probably excuse myself for a moment here once we get up to get through lava. Although I suppose we're already with the upper center controller. Played a video game with Hockles. All right, very good, very good. He been streaming? I haven't seen him online. Although I haven't honestly been looking too closely either. All right. 2,000 or so to go on the climb. Still getting a little turbulence even up here. Oh yeah, Iowa, awesome, man. Well, I was happy to see more streamers on the network, even if you get tossed around a little bit, as I am sure I will at some point in this stream, in this flight. If you're doing something off, you sure learn from it quick. And got a great group of controllers right now. I really like these guys. I get to see some of the behind the scenes chatter and conversations, and they're a cool bunch. All right, direct PAPS. About 16 minutes at our current speed, which will probably speed up quite a bit here once we get up to altitude. Hopefully this thing doesn't just zap frames on the approach. That would make me sad. All right, so we're off the arrival. Close that. Or I'm sorry, off the departure. Not on the arrival just yet. We're going to Spokane, Washington. Just departed out of Portland. Spokane has rain and low ceilings, so I thought I'd make an interesting approach. Won't be down to minimums or anything. It shouldn't be too dramatic if we do our job correctly.
November 5 Lima, turn left heading 290 to descend and maintain 3,000 vectors for the ILS runway 20 approach.
GEG, you got it. Warrior 3 pilot, hello, good evening, sir. You haven't seen me on video because it's been 8 months since I last streamed. I am not a real world pilot, I'm just an extremely enthusiastic sim enthusiast. Torb with the host. Thank you, Torb. I was a good longtime friend of the program. Mr. Torbinator, thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Welcome the Torb crew in. The only bad thing about streaming with a non-zero number of viewers is that it raises the expectations that I might know what I'm doing.
Center 128.45.
And if I make mistakes, that they're amusing ones. I am uncomfortable with these expectations. Yeah, man, this jet is so much fun to fly. The avionics are a dream to work with. The flight model's super fun. It's really fun. Thank you for the biddies, fan. Just keep them coming. That's fine. 1 cent at a time.
Albuquerque Center, Turbo Commander.
Torb, I've been good, man. How about you?
Charlie, level 6,500.
Number 455 Juliet Charlie, Albuquerque Center, Rockdale, altimeter is 3006.
06, thanks.
Excuse me. Yeah, lots of new toys since I streamed last. This mic is new. Ashman Media, thank you for the follow. I got the filtering on when I'm talking to ATC, so you can tell when I'm speaking to them and when I'm not, at least assuming it's working correctly. I have that. Moved the webcam around, lost a monitor, everything's... It's crazy times. All sorts of changes. Ah, flying in VR, yeah. I've not taken that step yet. Haven't looked into that at all. I think I look like enough of a goofball already sitting in here with a microphone in my face.
Are you pushing back onto a taxiway?
I don't know if I can handle the handle the nerd factor of those goggles. Sim Caesar, hello, sir. Good to see you. I know we've chatted before on various other streamer chats.
So 1940, roger. Pushback on Tango's approved. Expect 28 left.
So yeah, not a real-world pilot. I'm a software engineer and manager of software engineers in Portland, Oregon. Been simming since actively simming online since 2002.
Turn left heading 220 to
Jay Snaps in the house. What's up, buddy?
Established on the localizer.
Long time.
That's runway 20 approach report established.
Eyes on the sky. What's up, buddy? Lots of familiar names. That was a good feeling. All right, now we're cooking. Check this out. Come on, zoom in. There we go. 90 knots on the tail. Whew. Whew. Very exciting. 445 over the ground in an Eclipse. Not too shabby. That'll do. Please, I'm actually using a Thrustmaster stick. I retired the PFC yoke for a little bit. Got tired of the throttle I was breaking on me. That was one of the many reasons that I was not streaming there for a little while, is my equipment issues. So I moved to the Thrustmaster T1600 or 16,000, whatever it is, stick with the Hall effect sensors and the throttle. And I really like it. It's nice. It's really nice. Works really well for flying some of the Airbuses and some of the more the planes that use a stick in the real world. So yes, no mouse control here, but I'm honestly shocked at the quality of this joystick for the cost, and not having to deal with springs and pot sensors and all that stuff, and just using the Hall effect sensors. It's accurate. It's easy to use. My throttle's a little sticky. That's the one thing that I don't like, is you have to be really careful when you nudge it. It started off smooth, and it started getting a little bumpy when you slide it back and forth, which, especially in this plane where some precise throttle control is called for, it's kind of a pain in the butt. But I haven't done any research in like oiling it or greasing it or anything like that, so I would imagine that's the solution to that problem.
November 53 Lima, roger. There's no traffic observed between you and the Bremerton Airport. Report cancellation of IFR within 5 minutes of landing in the air or missed approach on this frequency. Frequency change is approved.
All right, we're 22 minutes from Spokane if we flew there at this speed, which obviously we won't, so I'm going to step away for just a second. And SeattleCenter.com 345, I'd like to step away for just a second.
.com 345, contact Seattle Center on 125.1 with request.
25-1, Woodloo, .com 345. All right, 1251, blink. On and off, nothing in between, exactly right. Yeah, this Thrustmaster one is ambidextrous too. You can reconfigure it for left-handed. And SeattleCenter.com 345, flight level 270, I'd like to step away for just a minute.
.com 345, Seattle Center, roger, report when back.
Wilco 345. All right, be right back. Thank you, Max. I expected nothing less. I asked permission. Everything's fine. We good. Solve my cable mess here. Whoa! What is this? Active sky? Come on now. Can't be doing that cloud redrawn stuff. And SeattleCenter.com 345 black on the flight deck.
Thank you.
Keith is pissed, yeah. Hell, he could be pissed at me all he wants. On my worst day, I'm still a better pilot than some of the people we get on there, on the network. No, I'm not running active sky. That was a joke. I'm running default weather. No textures, no engines. Just the normal stuff. Thanks, Max. I appreciate the vote of confidence. And Than, Max does not currently have the buttons to fail engines. And I will speculate that we are all better for it, frankly.
November 4198, Salt Lake Center clearance of request.
Yeah, we'll see, Ashman. X Enviro, I own a license. I haven't used it in quite a while. I uninstalled it from X-Plane 11 about a year ago. Once I realized it wasn't doing much for me, and I got kind of tired of it, and I went back to default everything, and I've been super happy with the weather. Everything looks good, runs good, feels good. Everything seems accurate from what I see out the window anyway. Yeah, you need to talk to the boss man, Max. You go do that, bud. I'll wait here. I'll be right here. Yeah, the scattering clouds, I don't know. We'll have to see how it runs. Like, there's a cost for everything, performance-wise. So, if it looks good, it seems reasonably accurate to what I see out the window, and it doesn't have the rough transitions where you're on approach in the soup and then suddenly the weather changes and you can see everything, you know, like we just happened to us a minute ago, then I'm all for it. I'll totally reinstall it. I would love to get feel like I was getting some amount of money's worth out of that purchase.
So 1948 Blink ground, runway 28 left, taxi via Bravo.
Better, huh? Yeah, all right, could be. Oh, Rod, I know too much. I'm a software engineer. Some things are harder and easier than others.
Phoenix departure 119.2, 5 Juliet Charlie.
November 5 Henry, clear to Casper Airport, target wind departure, then as filed. Climb and maintain flight level 230, departure frequency is 133.4, squawk 1624, hold for release.
415-908, clear from Yellowstone to Casper County, via the target wind departure, then as filed.
Just got to go ahead from the boss man. All right, man. Keith did fail my engine once. I crashed.
133.4 squawk.
That's a video that's on my YouTube. He failed my right engine, and I right as I did a go around, he failed the right engine because he thought I was about to land, and he thought it was he thought it would be funny to watch me trying to taxi on one engine and not realize what was going on. He didn't know that I was going to go around. And literally, it was like 1 second of difference between when the failure happened and when I throttled up for the go-around, and the plane immediately just yaws off. And I'm like, what? It did not even cross my mind that Keith had messed with the plane. I was so busy. I mean, I was at like 400 feet above ground level, and the plane it crashes like 10 seconds later. Like, I did it again. I flew the approach again and just turned the engine off by hand to see if it was possible to like catch the plane and save it in that situation. And it is, but not by little old Neil, with no checklists and very shoddy airmanship skills. So yeah, we went for a swim on that one. So that's my engine failure story. And I think Keith felt so bad about it.
Salt Lake Center, Delta 425.
I wasn't.
about 20 miles from top of the
I wasn't
Looking
pissed.
for
It turned into a good stream. Like, it was funny. It was amusing.
Delta 425.
I was definitely a little bit like,
for you.
wait, what did you do? You did that on purpose? Oh, okay, all right. Interesting. He felt bad. Oh, we laugh about it now. All right, we're direct zoomer.
Delta 425, contact Los Angeles Center 124.62.
I did not have plenty of room. That is a lie. There was a plane on the runway, and he was taking his sweet time getting off the runway. I made the right decision, 100%. Do it again in a second. Plus, a go-around for traffic makes for a good stream too, right? Like, that's interesting. It happens. I had one of those in San Diego in the real world when I was on a airliner flight and they had to go around because someone didn't clear the runway in quite enough time. And so the pilot gets on the PA and is like, well, as you may have noticed, we have not in fact landed. You can thank Southwest Airlines for that one.
Airport via the Olympia VOR.
And went around and
5,000 squawk
did her again.
2311.
Oh, come on, Than. That's some nonsense right there. He was on the runway and moving so slow.
Number 53 Lima, read back is...
I was in the 7.5, so, you know, lands pretty fast.
Number 53 Lima is radar contact 26 miles north of the Olympia VOR altitude indicates 2,600.
Giving me shade for going around. Come on now.
170, proceed direct to Olympia when able.
This ain't no chilly stream. We go around sometimes, you know. It's not a good idea to land the plane. I don't. Heck, I might do it tonight. We'll see.
8101, checking in, flight level 380.
Southwest 8101, Oakland Center, roger.
And Oakland Center, Southwest 8101.
All right, direct zoomer. There's no descent restrictions.
1948 Portland Tower, runway 28 left, clear for
No
takeoff.
speed or altitude restrictions on this arrival, so we're basically just gonna fly from our current position to zoomer and zoomer to gangs, and from there we
345, contact Seattle Center 132.6.
326.com 345. From there we should get some vectors.
Oakland Center, Southwest 8101.
South 8101, go ahead.
Are we landing south in Reno?
I don't know, Davey. Maybe.
South 8101, that's what it looks like, yes.
Okay, roger, thank you.
And center.com 345, flight level 270.
Ducom 345, South Center, roger. Descend pass discretion, maintain 13,000.
Pilot's discretion down to 13,000. Can you get an altimeter for 345?
Ducom 345, the Spokane altimeter is 2961.
261, thank you very much. Ducom 345. Yeah, the comms. I did a little programmer magic on that. Got it linked up so when I key up, it puts a little filter on it. Gives you the side tone. Pretty cool, isn't it? I figure I can't just be gone for this long without giving the people
Number 5, Juliet Charlie,
a little bit of the audio-visual magic.
VFR, frequency changes approved.
It's not like it's not like there's much else to go for on this stream in terms of educational value, but the audio-visual presentation will be above reproach. Plus, it's cool, right? Like, you can tell when I'm talking to the controller and when I'm just yammering on. So, that's... When I first started watching Flight Sim stream, I had trouble figuring out, like, is he talking to us? Which is stupid. Like, in retrospect, it's pretty obvious, usually, but I don't know, it's kind of cool.
Time now 0347, release for departure, clearance void. If not airborne by 03 and 540, if not off by 54.
Oh, the eargasms, yes, ASMR.
Private with your intentions, frequency changes approved.
ASMR VHF radio simulation. Only in the Flight Sim community would.
554, report by 58, and if not off, well, with intentions.
Only in the Flight Sim community would we make the audio worse, and people would be like, "Oh, that sounds so good. It sounds so bad. Great job."
Oakland Center, GPS 2147, we're level flight level 360.
Yeah, I used to do a similar thing Back in the day, I processed the PilotEdge audio as well to do a little bit of that simulation stuff. Now we have the real simulation stuff down that's done in the client, so I turned all that off. I'm not doing anything like that on my end anymore. But back in the day, if you go watch old streams, you'll see the PilotEdge audio has a similar effect. That's right. I appreciate all the work you've done to undermine advances. Well, you're welcome. It's a hard job, but someone's got to do it. Yeah, Chili's out tonight. I didn't, he wasn't streaming when I started. We must have started right about the same time.
We're 5 Lima, thank you.
All right. Pull the latest weather. Looks like about the same. Six days a week at 6 o'clock. Okay, that's good to know. I didn't realize he was back in the day. He had a different schedule than that. He wasn't the same time every day. It was like 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock or whatever. But hey, man, for them, what can pull it off? The scheduled stream is amazing. It's a great way to build viewers, and you get the repetition of people knowing that they can find you online. I'm all for it if you can do it. We're gonna need to speed up our descent just a scotch here. Flaming Delta, hello, sir.
Salt Lake Center, EM 415.
Good to see you.
9,500, climbing to flight level 230.
Yeah, Max. If I did this 6 days a week, it would feel like a job real fast.
415, enter Salt Lake Center, right end.
It's already intimidating, honestly, to go live.
Right
To be like, all right, well, let's give it a shot. I already, like, tonight was like, well, maybe I won't. Maybe I won't stream. Maybe I'll just watch TV and play video games instead. But I said, you know what?
November 598, radar contact. 74 miles.
The people deserve it.
Viewer altitude indicates passing 10,500.
The outcry has been tremendous. Dozens of messages a day saying, Tim, when will you stream? When will you return? The virtual skies, we need you. And I said, you know what? It's time. What really happened is all of my alleged friends gave me shit constantly every single day for not streaming. So I reset the timer now for another 8 months. Enjoy it. I'll see you after this. We'll see you around July.
53, Lima, turn left heading 150 to join the Olympia 351 radial until established on the final approach course. Descend and maintain 2000 until established. Cleared VOR Alpha approach.
Yeah, eyes. That was I was doing Rock Band for a while with Pleads, actually, who's in the chat. Hi, Pleads. And part of the reason I was doing that was my yoke was broken. I didn't have another control situation at the time. So Rock Band was real easy, real fun to stream. Dan and I had a cool thing with the picture-in-picture on Rock Band. We'll probably do that again now and again. It's fun. And Dan and I have a lot of the same taste in music. He's a pretty good drummer. I'm a pretty good guitarist.
Maintain level 240.
It's a good time.
Discretion to flight level 240, Southwest 8101.
He and I have a lot of the same songs, so it works out. Anytime you look at someone's DLC library and you have like 300 songs in common with them, it's like, that's a good sign. Yeah, after Expo will be the next stream. That's probably not. I mean, haha, funny joke. Careful what you wish for. All right. Altimeter 2961. See if we get tossed around on the arrival as much as we did on the departure. That could make this a challenge. Just what I need. Flight Sim is also one of the few, along with celebrating steps backwards in audio quality.
It is my fault. Descend and maintain 2000.
We also celebrate boring streams where everything goes fine. That's like, oh, that's a good streamer. Nothing happened. It's a weird world.
Thank you.
Gotta slow up here before we go red line. I know, man. Orlando in June. I really wish it wasn't in Orlando. It's far for me. It's gonna be hot and humid as hell.
So 2195, needs clearance, Roger.
I know it's probably cheap.
Again, clear to the
Like, I haven't even looked at the
Oakland
hotel
Airport
rooms. I'm
Keys
sure they're
departure,
cheap.
Harbor,
I'm sure the flights are cheap
transition, then as filed.
because everyone goes.
Via the SID, departure
But
frequencies 119.2, squawk 2074.
I was really I mean, Vegas again would have been great for me. I loved Vegas. I'll go to Vegas anytime for any reason. They were looking at a couple other locations that were really interesting and intriguing. B&B House, yeah, you bet, man. Ty and I were discussing that today, actually.
Commercial call sign 2195.
No, man, I'm coming out of Portland. I'm not coming out of Seattle.
November 5, under contact, Salt Lake Center 128.72.
Besides, I'm not crowdfunding my ticket, so... Oh, wait. Is that rude? Sorry. Sorry.
Hills 1948, contact departure. Sorry about that.
Drive up and keep him company. No, I'm good. I like Chili. Chili's a good guy. We hung out in Vegas. Had a good time.
Hills 1948, Portland Observer, climb maintain 15,000.
There's nothing wrong with funding your trip. I get it. He's a college student. I was a college student once too. I totally get it.
2872, 500.
We love Willie. Exactly right. Well, what would we do without the Chili Willies?
.com 345, take Spokane approach 123.75.
23,875 for .com 345. That is a weird frequency, but I hope it's right. Spokane approach, good evening, .com 345 with whiskey descending 15,900 for 13,000. Uh-oh. And center.com 345. Say again the frequency for Spokane approach.
.com 345, Spokane approach 123.75, 2375.
2375, thank you very much. .com 345. Yeah, it's subtle. I could probably make it a little more. I could probably crank it up a little bit. We'll see. I'll listen to the stream and see how it sounds. Yes, Spokane approach. Good evening. .com 345 with whiskey 15,000 descending 13,000.
345 Spokane approach. Roger. The Spokane altimeter is 2961. Expect vector Xylus 121 approach.
Vector Xylus 21 for .com 345. Sounds good. As expected. Get that chart ready. And again, sorry if you missed the top of the stream. I do not have the chart showing scene set up properly in OBS. So I'll bring that back on a future stream.
345, turn left into 050, descend to maintain 11,000, vector Xylus 121 approach.
050 and 11,000 for .com 345. Oops, not 850. That wouldn't work too well, would it? 050 on the heading. 11,000. Oops. I'll go HSI source nav. Oh, I don't have the. Only it is Lima, yeah.
November 50 Lima, connect to Olympia Tower 124.4.
If you are talking with Uber right now, tell him I thought that support the troops thing was a freaking priceless. I was losing it today. on Discord. Thank you. If you're not talking to him, that's fine. I'll tell him myself.
2753 Olympia. 2753 Lima Olympia Tower, runway 17 clear to land.
Get Spokane Tower in the backup. All right, yeah. I couldn't tell. I thought maybe you're on voice.
Southwest 1948, contact Seattle Center, 121.4.
Maybe giving me the roast.
121.4, Southwest 1948.
Richly deserved, I'm sure. All right, we got to slow up. We're going to bust 250 here. He's pissed. Yeah, I know he's pissed about the whiskey thing. I'm only doing it because it makes me laugh. And if you can't laugh in this world, what can you do, right? That's what I say.
So 1948 Seattle Center.
All right, let's go. Ice protection on. Window defrost is already on.
UPS 2147 descend via the Slimer 3 arrival.
Speed's coming down nicely. Missed approach procedure will be a climb to 4,200. Direct to the Spokane VOR. Suppose we can put that in the backup nav just in case. That's the comp standby. Where's the nav standby?
UPS 2147 landing south.
Do we have one? Oh, there it is. 1155. Okay. Put the orange stick.
.com 345 descend and maintain 8,000.
8,000.com 345.
And .com 345 turn left into 0, correction, turn left into 040.
And left 040.com 345.
November 59 Eric, contact Salt Lake Center 135.77.
I gotta find the VS button in this thing. Doing it this way is the slowest way possible.
Over 4 on 5, 90 Salt Lake Center, roger.
Yeah, if the audio thing is a little too subtle, I can make it more dramatic. I didn't spend a whole lot of time tinkering with it. I just sort of dialed it in and said, ship it. Got to give the people what they want. Which is more audiovisual trickery and not piloting skills. All right. Oh, earbuds, yeah. Yeah, Eyes, you can set the vertical speed bug there, but I don't know how to put it into vertical speed mode without using the buttons on the bottom of the PFD here to go VS down here. I'm sure there's probably a way up here on the top panel, the autopilot control panel, but I sure haven't found what it is. So that's one thing that's kind of interesting about this plane. There's a million ways to do everything. And I feel like it takes a while to sort of figure out the...
.com 345, descend and maintain 6,000, turn left heading 030.
6,000 and 030 over .com 345. I feel like it takes a while to figure out the best method, you know? There's the rain. Wee-hoo! So we're expecting... Field elevation is 2,300. And the overcast down to 1,800 above. So 41-ish, we should break out.
Southwest 8101, contact Oakland Center 125.75.
Should still have plenty of altitude to hit minimums at the normal ILS minimums, 200 feet above ground level, so not too concerned. So we're basically on a downwind.
So this 1940, contact Seattle Center 135.15.
Yeah, see, we're already almost breaking out here. That's 68, so. All right.
Shuttle 1940, Seattle Center 135.15.
Ready to do this thing, boys?
Southwest 8101, Oakland Center, roger. Descent pass discretion, maintain 16,000. The radio altimeter is 3016.
I remember plenty of useless bits of trivia, and even a few useful things. If this was a plain programming competition, I would be very confident in my abilities.
So this 8101 looks like they're
Airmanship,
landing south,
however,
I don't know what specific runways.
That's another kettle of fish, isn't it?
Shuttle 1940, Seattle Center, roger. Climb maintain level 360. Direction flight level 37.
I was watching Black Box do crosswind landing practice, and I was like, yeah, this is what it looks like when someone who knows what they're doing does this. It was pretty cool. Oof. What the hell was that? Weather transitions, man.
We're 53 Lima, roger. Say parking.
Parking.
We're 53 Lima, roger. Taxi to parking via Golf, Foxtrot, Echo, cross runway 26 at Foxtrot, this frequency.
All right, come on. Give me damn vectors. Mildly concerned here.
.com 345, turn right, heading 120.
120.com 345. Mildly concerned the identifier on the ILS is not matching up what I would have expected. Nope, seatbelts, exactly. Identifier should be IGEG, and I'm seeing IOLJ down here on the display.
.com 345 is 11 miles from Siga. Continue right turn heading 180. Maintain 6,000 until established on the localizer. Clear the ILS runway 21 approach.
Okay, right turn all the way around to 180 and cleared for the approach to .com 345. ETA on landing's probably about 5 minutes. 10 minutes maybe. There's the proper frequency. Yeah, it was Max. I agree. All right, localizer is tracking. Still well below the glide slope. Start slowing up here. Please circle. No, I'm gonna put this thing on the ground as firmly as possible. Are you kidding? Coldsay, what's up, bud? Dude, I clipped your clip of I'm a control tower. Holy shit.
.com 345 is to the localizer. Turn right now heading 240 until established.
Yeah, we're picking it up now. .com 345, thanks. It was 180 to join, yeah. Yeah. And I pushed approach too quickly. So it's it's flying through it right now. But that's fine. We got to slow up here anyway. We'll get back on track here. It's interesting that he showed me his through it because I was not through it when he said that. I wonder if the center line's a little off on his display. Now, he had me on a 030 downwind, and then I just got a very long turn around to 180 to join, that's 30 degrees off the center line. That's as expected. All right, glad slopes alive. Now we really got to slow down. Let's go gear. Stick off.
Bill City 101 Oakland Center, roger.
As expected, getting a little bounced around here on the approach. About 12 miles to go here. Got landing flaps. There's no one behind us in the on the localizer, so I'll go 120 all day. No sweat. Got an 11,000 foot runway. Don't plan to use all of it, but you never know. This approach will be a climb up to 4,200. Direct to Spokane VOR. Should get a tower hand up.
345
there.
contact Spokane
there it
Tower
is.
118.3.
Tower 19.3, see ya, .com 345. Love it when I say what I'm going to get as soon as I get it. Amenities at Spokane, yeah. Sounds like there's some good meth to be had, from what locals tell me. Spokane Tower, good evening, .com 345, ILS 21.
.com 345 Spokane Tower, wind 20014, gust 22, runway 21, clear to land.
Clear to land 21, .com 345. Yeah, I hear there's some good meth. That's other than that, I don't think there's too much. We were broken out when we were north of the field. Now it's souped back up again, but we're still good. We got a ways to go here. That looks like an airport.
Salto City 101, contact NorCal approach 119.2.
Tangoed with whiskey. Max, we need one of your flight attendant briefings for the landing here. I'm glad to hear you were able to make your drink. You're probably going to need it. In case you hadn't been getting the vibe all stream, this may be a hilariously bad landing. I make no promises. If you've watched the last hour and a half, trusting that you would see a perfection landing at the end of it, you can just stop now and save yourself about 5 minutes. But the plane will come to rest. I promise you that. Max has faith. That's good. Oh, it's already bumpy. I mean, 22 knot wind, 10 knot crosswind component. You can see us bouncing around a little bit here.
UPS 2147, contact Oakland Center 132.905.
Hey, Steve, good to see you. Negatory on the Active Sky X-Plane default. No current plans to acquire Active Sky. Can't say it much interests me in its current condition. Get the womp wrap manually. Yeah, we'll hear.
147 center, roger, thank you.
5 mile final here. Airport runways in sight. Landing clearance is achieved. Wheels are down. Flaps are set. Trim is good. Speed is in the neighborhood. I'll take it from here. Oh, please don't screw me over, weather. Yeah, Steve, I've seen a couple streamers using it, but honestly, what they've showed has not been terribly impressive. Does not look like a product that I have much of a need for in its current state, and definitely feel like I already have one weather engine based on promises in X-Enviro, so. Put on a show, Max. You know how it rolls. All right. I'll stop looking at chat now and land the damn plane.
November 354 Echo Sierra, Oakland Center, roger. Solis 810, we're going to maintain 14,000. UPS 2147, contact Oakland Center 132.2. UPS 2147, Oakland Center, roger.
Oh boy. A little right of center.
UPS 2147, the Sacramento Airport, altimeter 3019.
But we made it. That wasn't too bad. They are wide for a reason, and this plane is very small. We got plenty of runway. All right. We'll hop offline here and watch that one again here in just a minute. Thanks, Max. Definitely have done better, but in the...
.com 345, safe arcane.
Oh, we'll just go straight in the ramp. .com 345.
.com 345, roger. Ramp via Golf, this frequency.
Golf this frequency. Thanks a lot for the help. See you later. .com 345.
Take care.
Yes, I have definitely done worse. That is true. All right. Whew. Pull the flaps in. Yeah, it's a decent amount of crosswind in a little plane. I'll go park over here. Should have saved your bits. Sorry, Than. Did that 5 cents come out of the pocket a little too easily? Goodness, my palms are sweaty, man. That had me going. That was exciting. Catching an Uber to the Spokane Arena. You got it, bud. Yep. I'm just going to check out a replay here and, a landing distraction. I see. Yeah.
So, City 101, correction, negative expect vectors for the visual approach runway 16 right, descend and maintain 12,000.
Look, man, by the standards of Twitch, that was a very sterile cockpit landing. I was giving Max and Nico crap for that the other day when they were flying together in Nico's sim. was like, bro. I did like Max's flight attendant sit the F down. That was good. That was a fun stream. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Spokane. Total trip time of just over an hour. We'll go back and watch that landing again with a critical eye. Hop off the network here. If I can remember the replay commands. Okay. I thought I knew what the replay command was. Maybe I don't. Do it all the time. Oh, replay, altar. There we go. Anyway, everything's fine. All right, we'll take it from here. Should have let it sit or left a little bit more before centering. I straightened out too early. Actual touchdown wasn't too bad. Definitely didn't flare it out real long, but on this plane that feels right. You know, it doesn't feel right to do the airliner thing where you just let the nose sit up forever. I have no idea how you're supposed to do it in this thing, but it's firm, no doubt, no doubt, no doubt. Not setting any FPM records, but I kind of think all the FPM stuff is bullshit anyway. So let's go for the passenger view here. Let's see if the drink would have spilled. Yeah. I don't think so. I think we were all right. A little right of center, but considering the angle we were coming in with, I feel okay about it. That was fun. That was a fun one. En route flight went smooth and landed in 17 gusting 22. Came in about a 10 knot crosswind component. Let's see what the FPM was. After all my complaining about it. Yeah, 160. 160 is not bad. Not bad at all. Definitely done a lot more damage than that. Goodness gracious. All right, well, that was a lot of fun. I would love to do another leg, but I'm not going to. Because I am sweating, and I want to fix a couple things with my audio setup that I did that were making it a little bit annoying. I had to kind of... The stutters and pauses that we were seeing earlier in the sim are actually my fault. It's something that I didn't realize was going to happen, obviously, but I want to fix that before I do any more flying. So now the $1 million question: when will I do this again? I don't know. I don't want it to be 8 months from now. I can't promise it won't be, but I would like to be a lot sooner than that. So stick around. I know, Max. I know. See you in July. See you in August. Yes. I saw all these jokes coming. A million nautical miles away. Hang out in Discord. If for those of you who aren't already in there, it should be a lot more active, I'm guessing, over the next couple months, as I am going to try and get into the cockpit quite a bit more than I have in the past, obviously. Holidays, I got some time off right after Christmas. Should be super fun. So thanks everyone so much for your support. Thanks for the subs. Rod for the donation. That was super cool. Than for the 5 cents. Love it. Yeah, I'll get on before Christmas. I'm just saying I'll have time off after Christmas to do more streaming. That's all I'm saying. It was super cool to see everyone, get to connect with some of y'all that I haven't seen in a long while. I will hopefully see you soon.